So if you guys don't know, Airship Syndicate's whole plan is to kind of build this game alongside the community, making it better as it goes along in its years. And one of the things they did to implement that was the feature Upvote website for Wayfinder. I'll have a link down in the description and down in the comment. On this website, you put in your idea, or you can submit bugs as well, but in this video we're looking at the feedback. Submit your feedback and people can upvote it so it can get like more recognition or attention, and they can prioritize a feature, or if it's planned, they'll let you know it's planned and all that good stuff. So we're gonna look at the top 10 upvoted feedback posts that are here on the website. And you can let me know down below if any of these resonate with you, or if you've upvoted any of these or anything like that. So let's go ahead and jump into this. The first one is gonna be movement running after dodge. It has 1,000 upvotes. A lot of these have 1,000. So this says, right now, if you are running and dodge, your character goes into walking mode. It destroys whole flow of the combat, so it'd be better that if you were running before a dodge, you would keep running after it. That makes a lot of sense. The character movement is kind of weird sometimes. I know sometimes I get kind of stuck with the mouse movement or the controller movement for the camera when I'm using silo. I don't know if that's something to do with using the gun, but like you get done fighting enemy, you're just kind of like stiff with the turning. So I wonder if that has to do with the same problem of movement. So I would just say movement in general would need to do it. I'm gonna throw my little upvote in here also. I think I already did vote it up. See, that's how it works. Normalize store prices. So we know this is planned, but I'm going to read it anyway. It says the store pricing is leveraging predatory and often considered scummy practices of marking their items just beyond a single currency cost in order for you to increase number of transactions or pay for a notably higher transaction cost. Example, if you have items for $11.50, with the nearest room silver pack goes for $10, that only gets you $1,100. You are now left hanging, having to produce a smaller second transaction to minimize your spending, or go double the cost for the next one, which is $20. Now, I personally feel that making it a flat 10 is generous balance between monetization and reward for the person making the purchase. However, forcing them to make additional transactions or notably higher transactions will generate ill will towards Cash App and likely negative feedback returns of the game. This is kind of true, because why $11.50 if that lowest part is $10? I never really pay a lot of attention to Cash Apps, and I'm kind of going to try to notice more because I want to get some videos talking about what's in it. But yeah, that is an odd practice. Like normally if something was something 50, I would think, you know, 150 and 150 is 300, so that's an even price. But having that priced right above the $10 mark, it's awkward, right? Because you're like, I can't buy this for just $10. So yeah, $1,100 would work better. There's some things in the store I think that was like $150 by itself, and there's some things that's like $100. So I think you would be able to get away with that. Like some of the furniture items, if you bought the $5 pack, there's like 500 rune silver. You spend the two 150s, it's 300, and then you bought two 100 things, and you spent all of your rune silver. But you can't really do that with the $10 pack because that one item is $11.50. So it's pretty terrible. So that is planned, so I'm looking forward to that update. UI cooldowns and skill descriptions. Please add numeric cooldowns on each skill in game. Much easier to keep track of your skill CD compared to current system where we have to track a gray area that slowly moves. Also expand on skill descriptions. We need to know how long status effects last. I am on board with this one. There's a lot of information that we don't have inside the game, which I feel like we need to have. I'm pretty sure it's all up in this feature upvote system as well, so if you guys want to go through there as well, like I said, I'll have the link down below. Information is so key in games like this, and we're lacking so much information about what's going on in the screen. For example, venomous dots with the poison. You can't see when you're applying dots on the enemies. Like, how do I know I have 5 dots on them? I don't know. It's odd, and sometimes I see it on enemies, on boss enemies, and then sometimes I don't. So it might just be something that's kind of bugged right now and they're working on it, but it definitely needs to be in the game to make that a little bit more easier to navigate and manage and understand what's really going on the screen. So I agree with that. Wayfinder title for waiters. Give Wayfinder title for people who have been waiting during server launch issues. Yes, I think they're going to do that. I'm on board with that. Everybody can have that memory of when we had to wait 2 hours for queues. Add mission waypoints to map. Yes, and they have some like quest locations on the map, but like it'd be so much easier just even if it was like a circle where the area is kind of at. It doesn't have to, you know, or a dot, or the ability to pin on map would be great too if we could pin the map. It says having the waypoints show up on the map screen and even the mini map would be a great addition. Right now we can only see the waypoint on the overworld. If we are required to move to a different location, it would be good to have the quest waypoints on the map screen so we can know where we should teleport to be close to the objective. Same would be nice for missions that we still need to accept from NPCs. Picture context, right now I'm in front of my quest objective, so it'd be nice to have a yellow marker there. Boom. Yeah, a picture right there. And then it would be great having an arrow or something similar on the corner of the minimap to show where the quest or the player are far. This is right here. Boom. Have a little arrow down here. Like, oh, go down here. That is something. Was it Cole playing earlier when he's talking about they don't have off-screen hit markers or whatever? That would be nice too. There are some things missing as far as accessibility goes that I would definitely like to see added into the game that is missing. I don't really see any accessibility options aside from the subtitles and motion blur. Map, add mission waypoints, add fishing. It would be nice to have fishing added as a fun way to relax, pass the time between other activities. It start off as a simple task and with minor reward, like short duration buffs or crafting mats, and be further fleshed out in the feature. They are going to add fishing. I don't know if it's going to be housing fishing or whatever, but they did say they would be adding fishing in an interview. So there's some more things they're going to be adding, like fishing and mining and all that interesting stuff. Some life skills in the Polygon interview. I think I'll try to find that, and I'll put that in the description below as well as if I find it. Number 7, combat jumping and shooting at the same time. Make combat smoother. This, so many times I go on to jump and I'm like, I can't shoot. I like try to shoot and I can't. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't shoot. So yeah. But it's like a lot of other things too. Somebody was saying like skills right here, not even about shooting. You should be able to use abilities and basically all actions airborne. It would be so much more value to the combat. Let's take Silo, for example. Throwing bombs with the option to really get them in the mid of the packs is just meh. Silo feels so lacking without the option to throw bombs while you are airborne. Also, movement abilities would add another set of mobility if you could use them in the air. You can already jump and hip fire rifles. I don't know about that, Chief. Cosmetic weapon dye. This is something they were adding. It was in the, what's that called? It was called the flow map, the flow chart, the road map. It was in the road map. Cosmetic weapon dye. That is going to be something that's kind of cool to see people with different color weapons. It's probably be crazy. I hope they're not too crazy. Just something fun to have in the game. Party. Join parties, friends, instance, or server. Can't play with friends in the open world areas because the only way we can join the same server is if we do a dungeon together and then leave together. But if we go back to Skylight or anywhere since it's to different servers, I would like a button to switch to friends instance. This is back in like August of 19th, so you can see how far back people have been making some of these suggestions. I say they have this thing now where you can do the teleport. I don't know if this is there here either, but where you can teleport from a waypoint. But I think it should just send you to the servers. You shouldn't have to do the teleport to waypoint thing. It should just, if you're in a party with somebody, you should automatically be in the server with that person. Even if it's like the person's server is like way on another side of the world, you should be in the server with them. Just make a decision somewhere in the middle, something. You shouldn't have to do that load me into an instance thing. Accessibility HUD text scaler. A slider that allows to resize the HUD to their preference. Yes, like I was saying earlier, there is a lot of accessibility things that are missing, and it would be great to be able to do that. But also just accessibility options in general, like colorblind mode, speech to text would be good. Just whatever you can have for accessibility, throw that in there. Anything you have. More control, like the L1 button issue that a lot of people are having, where we can't bind L1 to anything. It's just like automatically a button and you have to combine it with something. It always has to be combined with something, L1 to something, L1 to something. When you should be able to do R1 instead. That's the issue that needs to be changed. And that is something in here. Accessibility, allow rebinding of all keys, including menu navigation keys. For some reissue for PS1, 5, I cannot rebind L1. Make sure you get in here, put your feedback in, look at this stuff, vote some stuff up so things can get made into a little bit better game. We can help make the game better and more enjoyable for everybody. All up here on the Wayfinder feedback.featureupvote.com, which I have a link for in the description and down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more Wayfinder content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.